Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.
Welcome to an all-new edition of the John Cash Show podcast. Now, before I get started with my shit talking, or our shit talking today, the views and opinions expressed by myself and definitely Jasmine do not reflect those of the John Cash Show podcast sponsors and or affiliates. Listener and viewer discretion is highly advised. And you can hear the John Cash Show podcast on demand on your favorite streaming platforms, including but not limited to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Deezer, Odyssey, Pandora, and many, many more platforms except for Tidal.
They got to get it together with that.
I guess I talk too much shit.
You know what's so crazy? I'm a tired subscriber, but I'm like, dang, I can't get on your platform yet.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyway, welcoming back to the show, the man, the myth, the legend, and the star of either Channel 62 or Channel 65, Ooh. The one and the only Wesley Pipes.
It just went.
That was literally the Hot Network right now, right
Listen.
then. Yeah, I'm showing my age. Besides the grays on the side.
It look good.
Oh, okay. Whew.
It look good.
You know,
it's wisdom.
Yes.
I have grays on my eyebrow and somewhere else, so I'm very wise.
I saw that post on. I wasn't gonna mention it, but
yeah,
Miss Mama.
I'm wise.
Big
I guess
Mama,
I'm a cougar now.
Big Mama.
He got wild when he humming. Nah.
How you doing, Wesley?
I'm good.
He's like, what's Big Mama?
Yo, you got no big. He said he grew up on Back That Ass Up, so he should know what Big Mama is.
Yes. Do you know what Big Mama is?
I think so.
He married. He got a ring on his finger. He better know what Big Mama is. Something. It's good coochie.
Okay. I was thinking Big Mama's house.
No.
I mean, that could come with it because usually the females who got good coochie, they know how to cook. They loving. They're nurturing. I know how to cook. I'm loving. I'm nurturing right or wrong. You just don't know what Big Mama's like.
Definitely proof in the pudding, but we're not going there. And introducing you for the first time ever on the John Cash Show podcast, coming all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. It's been a long time in the making. It's the media maven, the author of Mic Check, the host of Quality Over Clout, which you can catch on streaming platforms everywhere.
Except Tidal.
Yeah, except for Tidal.
Tidal.
Tidal got beef with us.
They do.
Maybe it's, and my sister, back from the DTF radio days, who calls me anal.
You guys are avid listeners and supporters of him, so you'd see why. But we'll continue.
We're not going to talk about Kanye, talk about anal. But anyway, introducing the one and the only Jasmine Taylor.
I'm here. I love the intro. This is really my brother, y'all. Like, outside of the media stuff, this is really my brother. I done cried to him, hugged on him, everything. That's my brother. I told him earlier, I said, it's a pleasure being here. You're a legend. You're an icon. You're the most hated in podcasting. And I love it. Together, it's always a great show.
Yes,
but listen,
absolutely.
Big Dog is here. 13 years in media. Why not join the GOAT? I'm here. Listen,
wow. Coming from you, that's a very huge compliment.
I call him Anu the first time I ever met him, and that's because sometimes when you got a little weird vibe of somebody. So, fortunately, y'all end up becoming mad close. That happens to me all the time. That don't happen to you? That never happened to you?
A couple times.
That happened to me. Like, it's like me and Miss Diva. At first, I'm like, who is this Harlem girl? Like, that's my best friend. We're 10 years in now. 10 years ago, I met you. You're my brother. Yes. And I'm like, oh, he's mad anal, y'all. But his anal ass got me here, and I'm honored.
Exactly. How you've been? How's your trip up here? I know you're leaving in a little bit.
Right. As soon as I leave here, I'm going back home. But my trip up here was cool. It's only an hour and change on the flight. So it was easy. I loved it. I enjoyed my stay up here. I try to come to New York as often as I can. I was just here last month, actually. But this time it was just different. Like I told you earlier, I just needed peace. I needed to be around water. I needed to be around sun. I just needed to smell salty, dirty New York air by Dumbo. So I did what the cute, rich white people was doing. I went and I had my matcha lattes, sitting by the water.
Okay.
Yep.
Big mama.
Yeah, so it's been a great experience. Like I'm a fucking tourist. But nah,
Please don't walk around and look up and point like that.
I mean, I've been walking around like, oh my God, let me record. I ain't been walking slow and doing that though. I'm not gonna walk slow and do that. That's what annoys us.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But I had a great time, and now I'm here to conclude my duration of being in New York, so I love it.
Okay, perfect way to cap it off.
Yes.
So, of course, it is I, John Cash. Now, update. Now, the last set of tape-ins, I shared that I was having 3 colonics, right? Okay. So I've had the 3 colonics since the last
How'd
tape-in.
that go?
I'm glad to report I am down from around 228 to 218.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what's that experience like?
It's sticking a tube up your ass and having water flush you out, and it's kind of awkward. Ooh. Yeah. It's like a giant douche.
Talk about being anal.
But he's mad at me. He felt the way because I said he's anal. Make it make sense.
There's a difference.
Make it make sense.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Talk about anal. We're out to eat earlier. Someone gonna sit his little ass.
Okay, so
tell them.
We went. I had a hell of a weekend. First of all, shout out to my sister. We went to Atlantic City this past weekend. A great time. Well, the food not so much, but it was a great time overall. We made the best of it. Gambled a little bit, and it's like a lot of like
what energy in Atlantic City.
Walking Dead individuals in Atlantic City. Like
Atlantic City has a long history of that.
Yeah, so. We did have a landmark. It was like this one prostitute. We knew we were by our hotel when we saw her.
Yo. What hotel did y'all stay at?
We stayed at Bally's.
Okay, y'all fancy. I usually stay at Wyndham. I usually stay at the Wyndham Hotel. That's all the way. That used to be across the street from where the Trump Hotel used to be.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a big hotel.
Yeah, we saw it when we were walking to get food.
Yeah, it's more so like a condo now. Back in the day, it used to be like hotel, but now you can literally, your timeshare, you have your own apartment in there. Mm-hmm. So when I feel like going to Atlantic City, I holler at my godmom. I'm like, yo, I need that timeshare.
A lot of the places close like 8, 9 o'clock. It's like, what the fuck? It felt like Tennessee.
On a weekend in Atlantic City?
Yes, on the, not on the boardwalk.
Right, but that's whack though.
We went to, I'm not even going to say the name because
I'm going to do the pool party. I'm
gonna get pissed.
Did Harris
go
at least?
No, we didn't.
Okay,
we didn't go.
Because I know on Saturdays Harris you got back.
We got back. Night. Yeah, we got back.
The nighttime. Gotcha.
Yeah, Saturday night. Well, I got back Saturday night.
Okay.
So yeah, that's that. Now let's fast forward to earlier today. I met you at Dave and Buster's, and I'm having conversations with my sis, catching up and stuff like that. And the waiter, shout out to the waiter, I had scooted in to, because your son was there, and like he was sitting and eating his food. Right. And then you scooted in, so I was scooting in so I could face you. So the waiter comes and sit next to me and was like, so what are you ordering? And I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
So what are you ordering? And it was a little shoulder move too. It was like, so what are you ordering?
Yeah, and I'm like, I didn't know how to feel about that. I was like, I felt like a bottom for a second.
He definitely tried to trade places, but he's that. He's that. I know he's that.
Well, can't assume.
I don't want to assume, but
he might not identify as that.
Well, that's true. I don't want to assume. But don't do that to my brother.
Okay. I love when you. I know.
Don't demasculate my brother.
No.
I'm just joking.
Because it was like, The fuck? That's
You were thrown off. You definitely were thrown off.
I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to be that type of day, I guess. But it was great for content.
It was.
So before we get started, follow The John Cash Show on IG at The John Cash Show, TikTok at The John Cash Show Podcast, Facebook, John Cash, Twitter at _John Cash. Whew. And YouTube, The John Cash Show podcast channel. And for everybody listening, feel free to chat about any of the topics that you see or hear, rather, and ask for advice at The John Cash Show at gmail.com. Now, let's get into the show. Can you imagine getting pregnant and being happy only to find out that your man wasn't the baby daddy?
Oh.
No, wait.
I'm not going to answer that. I'm just thinking.
Then you go to the chop shop to handle the situation, and then you get a call from the clinic saying they fucked up and the baby is actually your man's baby.
We're going to have to do it again.
So, well, this woman went through this ordeal. So, a Yonkers woman made the decision to abort her baby after getting the results of a paternity test, only to find out months later the results were wrong, she said in a lawsuit. Now, instead of planning a baby shower and getting ready for her daughter's impending birth, the woman is dealing with the emotional wreckage of losing her child and her long-term relationship because of the alleged error by Wynn Health Labs in the Bronx. An Ohio-based DNA diagnostic center, according to court papers. Isn't that the diagnostic center that Maury used? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. My daughter would have been born on the 17th of April, she told the Post through tears. I'm grieving. I just have a lot of emotions. These results were the reason why I decided to do what I did. The administrative assistant, 28, and her then fiance had been struggling to get pregnant when they broke up for 3 weeks last summer, in part because of the stress and aggravation from their ability to conceive, she said in a Manhattan federal court lawsuit. During the hiatus, she had sex with someone else, but used a condom during the encounter, claimed the woman who asked to remain anonymous. Mm-hmm. She and the fiance got back together, and by August, she was pregnant for the first time and confident that her long-term love was the dad. I was tracking my ovulation, she said, but one to be sure and not one to alert her fiance to the sex she had with another man during their break. The woman sought a paternity test with the other man. The first two tests cost a total of more than $1,000 and the results were inconclusive. So the pair found DNA Diagnostic Center online, a company which boasts having done more than 20 million tests, which can be used in court and touts itself as the world leaders in DNA testing. In October, the two traveled to a Wynn Health Labs facility on Randall Island, in the Bronx, which is at the rear of a hair salon, to provide samples for the testing to be done by DNA Diagnostics, according to Manhattan federal court papers. So confident that the pending test would show the temporary lover was not the father, she even hosted a gender reveal party with her fiance while waiting for the results.
I'm sorry.
But a call from the lab on Halloween left her in utter surprise, disappointment, and frustration when she was told her fling was the baby daddy with 99.99% certainty, according to court papers first reported by NBC News. By then, she was nearly 20 weeks pregnant and staring down New York's 24-week deadline for legal abortion. She was forced to then reveal the mother of all dramas to her fiance. He just cried, she recalled. He asked why...
Not funny.
He asked, why would you go through a gender reveal? I told him, because I was positive it was yours.
Because I thought we were never getting back together and I wanted to give my coochie away. Here, you get some. Go ahead.
During a grueling 2-day pregnancy termination procedure, she had a change of heart, but it was too late and the doctors could not save the baby. I wish I could reverse this, she said. Reeling, the woman and her fiance stayed together until Valentine's Day when DNA Diagnostics suddenly called with the unthinkable news that the results she had been given were due to an IT error, the lab told the woman. According to the lawsuit, the man she had sex with only once was not the father of the child she had aborted. Devastated, the woman and her fiance ended their relationship last month. The woman still doesn't know how the error was made, her lawyer, Craig Femister, said. When you know people are relying immediately on paternity tests to make life decisions, why did it take 4 months for them to call? It just doesn't make sense, he said. Now she's in therapy and wants the labs involved held accountable. How many other people did it happen to? She said. Whew, that was a lot. Your thoughts?
So, first things first, disclaimer. I am not a girl's girl, okay? So when it comes to stupidity, I don't jack that shit, okay? So with that being said, accountability plays a huge factor, or lack of, in this situation. You can't just put it all on the clinic and the facility. You can't do that because you thinking you and your quote-unquote fiance are not going to be together. And in the span of 3 weeks, you go fuck someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And then y'all get back together. And then you say it was with a condom. Granted, people can get pregnant on birth control and on using condoms. Granted. But in all reality, shorty do-wop, that's your fault. That's her fault. And I'm a woman saying that's your fault. If I was a man, I would never fuck with you again. Because what? That's trauma to me. That's traumatic to me. Like, I don't like stuff like that. Like, I remember when I was pregnant, everyone knows I'm a domestic violence advocate, survivor, everything. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was a little confused because I'm like, dang, I did have sex with someone else. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But rightfully so, I had all right that. There was nobody else. However, I called the dude I had sex with. I said, we ain't had no mistakes, right? He said, nah, we used a condom because we was a little drunk. But in the event that I wasn't too sure, I would have took accountability because why? You're fucking more than one person at once. That's what happens regardless. And then even if she used a condom, let's say this. I'm a woman. I've had sex with men before. You don't start off with using a condom. You go to rubbing a little bit on the coochie, pre-cum. You said you were 28. Did we miss sexual education? I'm confused.
And the thing is, the whole, we were just on a break.
Fuck that.
Like, you should have been real from the jump. You should have told him, like, look.
Exactly.
I don't know if this is yours.
You shouldn't even say, you should have started from the beginning, like, listen, I had sex with someone else. Therefore, when you found out you was pregnant, he could have already had him. Damn, there's a chance the baby not even mine. Like, come on. You could have just said I fucked someone else first and then however move from there, you would have moved from there. Getting lawyers involved. That's why I could never be a lawyer because you forcing me to lie for you. Like, the lawyer know you dumb. The lawyer know you was horny and you went and had sex with someone else who wasn't your fiance. And now you trying to blame it on granted, the facility have a part to play too, but you know me. Nothing happens by mistake. Nothing happens coincidentally. Her man was supposed to find this out.
And then not only that, who's to say that he would have been the best father for the kid?
That's what everything happened for a reason. Like, this whole situation happened for a reason. Do I agree with her trying to put it on the facility? Absolutely not. Because in all reality, you wouldn't have been through that situation if you ain't go and fuck somebody else in the 3 weeks that you and your man was separated. Especially if that's your fiance.
We were on a break.
That's your fiance. On a break. If you're working towards marriage, therefore 3 weeks, you think y'all really done? Come on. Man, please. I don't feel bad for her, to be honest. I feel more traumatized, not traumatized for the man, but I could feel more for the man because it's like, hold on, shorty. We only was on a break and I'm dealing with all of this. If I was him, I probably want to do what the new age men do and sue females and put them on all types of stuff.
But they broke up.
All right, so now I'm going to sue you for hurt and pain and damn it, all that.
Mariah Carey started that shit with her husband. The inconvenience fee.
Yeah.
Made him pay.
That's
I forget how much money.
I would make you inconvenienced me. I was depressed. I have to go to therapy now. Yeah, let's do it. I'm so big on men standing up for themselves. Like, it don't matter, gay, straight, hetero, whatever.
Now, hold on. When I was standing up for myself, you call me anal.
No, but then I had to understand. And I was also in my early 20s. I'm in my 30s now, boy.
Oh, okay.
I grew up.
I had to stand on business and show them at the
Sometimes
station.
you gotta pop out and show them.
Like, I'm nuts.
Yeah, I get it.
I've calmed down.
I get it because I definitely stand on business now, so I get it. It's okay to be assertive and anal.
Exactly.
It's all about delivery, though. So, you never offended me. I never was offended by you.
No, you didn't give me a reason.
Yeah, like I never was offended by you. I never felt no way. I never, for what?
I always kept it a buck. I always keep it a buck.
That's what I fuck with.
Yeah, because can't nobody whip my ass. Like, so.
Who gonna check me, boo? I'm big on that. Who gonna check me?
So I'm always like keeping it a buck. What you see is what you get.
What's your opinion on this messiness? As a man, I need a man's perspective.
I mean, I literally agree with you, Shorty. That's your fault. Because at the end of the day, you should have taken accountability from the jump. If you say, okay, perfect example. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you care and you built a so-called future, you call them your fiance and stuff like that.
And y'all been trying for years.
You've been trying, and that was the reason why you were frustrated. You could have said, hey, during the break, I slept with somebody else, and now I'm pregnant. I don't know who the baby daddy is. It could be yours. It could be his. I don't know. Let's take a test. And that way,
lawyers wouldn't have been involved.
That way, it would have been avoided. Just like people expect men to be upfront, transparent, honest, please be vulnerable. But then some women can't match that energy
at all. That's why I said, like, honestly, John, let me tell you something. I say from the pandemic up until now, when like Amazon and places and Guitar Center made it so easy, accessible to pick up microphones and stuff, I feel like like hearing the opinions of these modern day women. Granted, I'm 32, but women in my age group and some of the younger women, even some of the older women, the conversations that I hear, it makes my ass itch very bad. Like I'm dirty and I'm not. Okay, and I say that because obviously I have a whole bunch of homeboys, so I hear the conversations that the dudes have. I know so many men that's practicing semen retention because they don't even want to give it to these females. Like, it's so much, and it's based off these conversations. Things like that article you just read.
Yeah, you flushed the condom down the toilet.
Yeah, like it's so many different, but these women, the way they just think that a man supposed to just up and pay their $2,500 rent and do this and do that. It's like, girl,
he ain't doing nothing.
Like,
he ain't paying your rent.
He's not applying pressure. What's applying pressure? Paying your bills. That's not applying pressure. So I don't know.
That's being social services.
Pretty much. You better go downtown. I heard the new building is Atlantic and Claremont. You can't even go to Skimmerhorn or Bergen. So go to Claremont and Atlantic.
Which is so damn big, and they could convert that to housing, but that's for another.
Oh no, that's a 30 Columbia. When I was downtown, yeah, I'm saying it downtown on with the welcome sign, the big red welcome sign by the Brooklyn Bridge. Mm-hmm. That entire building, my hotel was facing that room. That entire building is fucking empty. Empty. Floor to ceiling, empty. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dang, this is a prime area too. And it's like, what y'all doing? Y'all just saving it for for people who could quote unquote afford $1 billion condos and stuff by the waterfront. It's just so crazy. There's so many different vacant places that could be used in New York City. But hey, that's another story, like you said.
Yeah, that's another story, another time.
Eddie Adams.
Now let's transition to Gen Z. Gen Z always changing the meaning of some goddamn words that we have come to know and love. Now here's another one.
Put me on.
Barebacking. Don't
that mean fucking without a condom?
That's what I knew it to be.
What they say.
Now, barebacking has apparently become the new trend, and it's not what you think.
A trend?
Yes.
I'm
about to read the article.
John, don't get me tight.
The new raw dogging. Workers are barebacking on their way to the office, and fellow commuters are furious and know that they're not fucking raw on the train.
On the train, right.
Okay.
Fucking raw on the train. Choo choo.
The the raw dogging phenomenon has apparently gone underground, with young subway riding professionals raising eyebrows over a bizarre new behavior where they stare at their fellow commuters instead of a book or their phone. An alleged form of rebellion against return to office policies.
This is dumb.
Curiously dubbed, I'm telling you, in New York, you're gonna get your shit pushed back. You stay too long.
Because back in the day, you stayed too long.
Like, what the fuck is you looking at?
We from a different era. Because you stare at me too long, we fight him. Like what?
Funny.
If you stare too long and don't say hi or say I like your shoes, it's a problem.
But funny story, and I'll read the rest of the article. Funny story. I had just started working in the new place that I was working at. And there was this guy like staring at me pretty much most of the day. And my best friend called, Kelly. She called me. So she was like, "How was your day?" I was like, "It was fine, but this nigga kept staring at me. I didn't know if he wanted to fight or fuck me. Like, what the fuck?"
That's the part that confuses me.
And then she started laughing. I said, "No, that was irritating me because the old me was about to come out, and I can't because I'm working around, kids.
Growth.
So it's like, like
elevation.
Be like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, that's what I want to be, because he kept looking at me. Weird.
I tell listeners, viewers, I tell this man right here, he's fine all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. He needs to listen, nigga. You look what good.
I thank you.
You welcome. Yeah.
but still, even me being fine or handsome or attractive, I don't want people staring in my fucking face.
At least not without saying anything.
Yeah, because it makes me like, are you trying to fight? Or like, then I got to start wondering, okay.
Do I have something in my beard?
Like, do I have something in my beard, or do I have to chin check this bitch real quick and keep it pushing?
Right.
Yeah,
Barebacking.
let me continue.
So basically, eye fucking.
Well, it involves foregoing all tech and either gazing into space or making repeated awkward eye contact with other passengers, like some sort of serial killer.
That's sick.
Yeah, and they have this guy.
All I hear in my head is, "I want to kill my mom." Like, come on.
Yeah, like barebacking, which experts feel has been on the rise with commuters returning to the subway post-pandemic, is essentially the terrestrial equivalent of raw dogging flights, another baffling Gen Z behavior. That popular pastime involves abstaining from in-flight entertainment, including books and movies, as well as avoiding necessities such as food, water, and sleep.
So instead of doing something, we're just staring at people. That's what it is, basically. And why they call it barebacking? Like, that's eye fucking, right?
Experts believe that the uptick in barebacking could be, among other things, a way of hitting back at demanding bosses in the wake of the pandemic, as working from home once again becomes something of a luxury. I don't.
Why?
Get it?
I don't understand.
I don't get it.
What?
You're in Gen Z.
No, I'm not. I'm a millennial.
You're in Gen Z.
I'm not. I'm a millennial.
You're Gen Z.
Whoa, I'm not a freaking what? I'm in my 30s. How am I Gen Z?
You're Gen Z.
I'm not.
You're like early Gen Z.
No, I'm not. I'm a millennial.
Let's look up
I'm a millennial.
Gen Z era.
Y'all can look it up. You can look it up all you want.
Gen Z years.
That's not me. Not me, boo. Not me.
97.
I was born 92.
Oh, okay.
I just said I'm 32.
Okay, shit. The 97.
Fiending, okay, shit. Like, you just fiending for me to be a young ass dummy. I can't stand Gen Z.
Yeah, millennial is between 81 and 96. So,
exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, what? You would not be this close with a freaking Gen Z person. What? I'm your sister. You would look. That's crazy. I know I'm your younger sister, but Gen Z younger sister is crazy. That's buck wild.
I really
Gen Z
thought
don't
that
even.
Gen Z was like 32.
No, for real.
And Yeah, I really thought that until just now.
Oh my God, that's.
I thought like y'all were the leaders of the Gen Z.
Ew. I don't want to lead them motherfuckers.
I really thought y'all were the leaders of Gen Z.
I don't want to. No, I don't want to lead them.
All right. I mean,
No, somebody got to lead. I'm not me, but their parents should have led them.
But this is
their
definitely-
parents was millennials and they suck.
But these are definitely not the children that Whitney was singing about.
No, they're not leading the future. They're not the children of the future.
Let me tell you
Because
something.
they're not going to be wiping my ass when I get old.
I told them, the way y'all going, I'm going to Singapore. I'm not staying here.
No, for real.
Because y'all will be coming in as doctors. Y'all will be coming into the room and doing TikToks and being like, so you got cancer. Like, what the fuck? What?
For real.
Like,
I remember, and this is on, Elijah's turning 11 years old.
What?
So when I gave birth to Elijah in silly ass Kings County Hospital, in the nighttime, is when I had the elderly nurses. They were so attentive, caring, nurturing. I needed for nothing. The younger females during the day, and I realized, I'm like, oh, they're here during the day because nighttime they want to party, this, whatever. During the day, it's like if I ring the bell, why y'all coming to me with an attitude?
they be like, what?
Like, I am a
like, bitch, you the one that signed up for this shit.
and then we're in labor and delivery. I have a C-section. How you giving me attitude? Because you got to help me to the bathroom because I have a catheter in this coochie. You should have chose another line of work because what? So I love the old people when it comes to like medical field and stuff like that. The newer people, I don't know. It's an aesthetic for them. It's an aesthetic.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. What's the new one? They be like this. They be like,
Clock that. Or no, eat that.
yeah. They be like,
You eat.
we showing
You
our age.
eating? You eating?
We showing our age. Talking about some. I'm a Gen Z. No, because I'm learning. I have a son who's Gen Z. Is that Gen Z?
Oh, I do the TikTok dances with the kids, but
Oh, I just did the fairy.
I
I
be
just
like,
did the fairy. Then they be like, I was
like,
doing.
hey, I'll be like, hey.
I was just doing that. She was a fairy. Yup. She was a fairy. Yup.
I hear that shit and I'm like, the fuck are they singing?
The song is so foolish. She's from Milwaukee. Her name Maya something. I ain't promoting. I don't know her, but she's from Milwaukee and it's a trending song. And it's cute for Gen Z. It's cute.
We ain't gonna have no music to listen to shortly. But
We said that earlier. We were saying like when we like get older and the kids listening to their old music, it's gonna be what the heck?
Yeah, it's like,
Because I can't. At least
and then the songs last for like a minute and
at
40
least
seconds.
we liked our older people's music.
It was, there's no bridge, no chorus. It's just ga 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 ga.
Even for the females.
Lizzie.
Even because their attention spans are horrible. It's just
So final thoughts.
Messiah, talk to me.
Final thoughts, Jasmine.
My final thoughts would be like, as a whole, I feel like it's not my job, but it's other people's job collectively. Shut up. As a whole, I do feel like something needs to be done with these children because they have lost it. They have lost it. I'm so sorry. I just got a notification my flight is canceled. I'm so sorry. That just pissed me off. I have to call. I have to call out. I'm so sorry. Live shit, real shit happened. Okay. But
the weather.
I don't fucking know.
Okay, well
yeah, it don't matter.
Like,
It don't matter. But my final thoughts, I'm not even gonna lie, like my final thoughts is like elevation, growth, and setting good examples. Because you see how we're sitting here, we're joking about Gen Z and stuff like that, but I truly feel like they're lost. That 28-year-old, I'm sure she just made it as a millennial, but that behavior with the whole line, that's Gen Z behavior.
Gen Z behavior.
You know,
That's
so
bird brain behavior.
yeah, Gen Z. Don't get me wrong, no, these 40-year-old bitches is birds too. they sparrows. No,
Big crows.
There you go, crows. Okay, they're crows. But overall,
a pigeon is a girl be walking by. Feet hurt, so you know she won't.
I feel like I listen to that song way more than I listen to Scrubs. I'm not
fronting like she can't say hi.
Well, and that's true. They be
ain't.
fronting so bad. These girls be fronting. And the reason I say that, and it's not because I think I'm better than now because I elevated in life, is because you know, when you do elevate in life, you can see things from different perspectives. And now that I sit back and I just watch. Like, I watch a lot. Even within the entertainment and podcasting game, I've been watching. And it's a lot of things that I just don't jack no more. There's certain things I will never put myself in like just collab with. Just certain things I'm good. Because as elevation, people are like, oh, you think you're too good? I am. You can. It's okay to be too good for certain shit. If you feel like you're too good to gossip, that's fine. You're too good to do. That's okay to be too good for something. So my final words is, it's okay to be too good for something so you can elevate. So there's always somebody watching you. Always somebody
Lord
watching.
knows, always.
Whether it's for good reasons or bad reasons, just continue to elevate for yourself.
Yes.
For real. That's my final thoughts and words.
Yes. Fronting like you can't say hi. What? Okay.
We
And
sound
that's always
DMX.
like to, huh?
I said we was giving DMX. He wasn't even on that song. It was Brenda, Alicia. right.
I know his wife was like, who? Nigga, what? Nigga, who?
Bitch, you fucking.
One of my favorite skits of all time.
Dead ass.
You stick, you suck it.
Yeah. And she like, yeah, bitch, you fucking. She like, yeah.
All right. So, as I always like to say, stay away from negative people because more than likely they have negative bank accounts. And on behalf of Wesley Pipes, Jasmine, and myself, whose dick you sucking?
I love it.
Let's go, New York. John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.